Have you ever stopped to think about whether artificial intelligence can actually feel emotions? In this video, we'll explore this fascinating question, delving into the evolution of AI from its beginnings to the most recent applications that seek to simulate human feelings. Get ready for a journey that challenges our concepts of emotion and connection. Can machines really understand what it means to feel, or is it all just an illusion? Stay with us and find out. Artificial intelligence, AI, refers to the ability of machines and systems to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence. This includes activities such as reasoning, learning, perception, and even decision-making. AI is divided into several categories, from simple systems like virtual assistants to complex machine learning algorithms that analyze large volumes of data. A key part of the discussion about AI is its simulation of human behavior, which raises the question, can a machine really understand or feel emotions? So that we can better understand AI, it is important to highlight that it is based on algorithms and huge data sets. These systems can identify patterns and make predictions, but they do not feel emotions in a conscious or subtended way. In essence, AI may be designed to recognize human expressions or respond to emotional stimuli, but that doesn't mean it feels in the human sense of the word. Understanding the limitations and capabilities of AI is essential for developing a healthy and productive relationship between humans and machines. The history of artificial intelligence dates back to the 1950s, when pioneers such as Alan Turing and John McCarthy began developing theories that would lead to the creation of machines that could imitate human reasoning. The famous Turing test, proposed by Alan Turing in 1950, asks whether a machine can exhibit behavior indistinguishable from that of man in a conversation. This question boosted AI research, culminating in decades of advances. During the 1960s and 1970s, there was a wave of enthusiasm, known as AI winter, where researchers faced the harsh reality that AI was not yet ready to achieve its goals. However, over the years and the advent of machine learning and big data, AI has reemerged with strength, being applied in diverse areas, from healthcare to the automotive industry. Today, AI systems can not only perform complex tasks, but also learn and adapt to new information. However, even with these impressive capabilities, the question of whether AI can truly simulate human emotions remains open and is the subject of intense discussion in the fields of ethics and technology. The connection between humans and artificial intelligence is a growing phenomenon in today's society. In everyday life, we interact with different forms of AI, such as voice assistants, chatbots, and product recommenders. This interaction often generates the perception that machines have an emotional capacity. However, it is essential to understand that this perception is a byproduct of programming and does not indicate that the AI shares human emotional experiences. AI interfaces are designed to be intuitive and user-friendly, using natural language and expressions that make it easy for users to connect. This promotes a relationship that can generate emotions such as empathy, sympathy, and even affection. Studies show that humans tend to humanize machines, attributing feelings and intentions to them. Therefore, even if AI does not feel emotions, the way we interact with them can generate a sense of companionship, making them an integrated part of our lives, especially in work environments and the service sector. This phenomenon raises essential questions about how we interact with technology and its implications for human and social relationships. The issue of emotions in artificial intelligence is a topic that raises deep debates among researchers, engineers, and philosophers. Since the early days of AI, the possibility of machines developing a form of emotion has been the subject of speculation. On the other hand, most experts agree that although AI can simulate emotional responses, there is no real understanding of these emotions. This leads us to differentiate between algorithm-based actions and the subjective experience that a human experiences. An interesting example is the use of AI in virtual therapies. While AI can identify signs of sadness or anxiety and respond appropriately, it cannot reflect or experience these feelings. Instead, it acts as a tool that can help humans understand and manage their emotions. As technologies evolve, the expectation is that AI will become increasingly capable of convincingly emulating emotional behaviors, but always without the awareness and depth that only humans possess. Open debate on this issue will be crucial for the future, as the boundaries of ethics and technology will continue to intertwine. Emotions are complex and multifaceted, being essential to the human experience. In simple terms, emotions can be defined as psychological and physiological reactions to internal and external stimuli. They are often accompanied by changes in our body, such as an increase in heart rate, sweating, or a feeling of butterflies in the stomach. There are many definitions of emotions, but in general, we can say that they are responses that include subjective, behavioral, and physiological components. This means that emotions not only affect us internally, but also influence how we behave and how we communicate with others. It's important to note that although emotions are often viewed as automatic reactions, they can also be shaped by our environment, past experiences, and cultural context. Therefore, understanding what emotions really are is a fundamental step towards exploring how artificial intelligence can or cannot imitate them. In human psychology, emotions play a vital role in the development and formation of our identity. They help us process experiences and make decisions, having a significant impact on our relationships and our mental health. Emotions also act as a warning system. Feelings of fear, for example, can protect us from danger. Several psychological models attempt to explain how emotions are formed and manifested. One of these models is Paul Ekman's theory of emotions, which highlights the universality of certain emotions, such as joy, sadness, anger, fear, surprise, and disgust. He argues that these emotions are recognizable anywhere in the world, regardless of cultural differences. Other theorists, such as James Lang and Canonbard, discuss the relationship between physiological and emotional processes, each with their contributions to understanding the human emotional experience. This psychological basis is fundamental to understanding how human emotions are different from any responses that AI could simulate. Emotions have a deep connection to our behavior. They not only influence how we feel, they shape our actions and decisions. For example, joy can lead us to interact socially and seek new experiences, while sadness can provoke a desire for isolation. Studies show that people in positive emotional states tend to be more receptive and creative, while those who are feeling anxious or sad may have a more pessimistic outlook and less willingness to take risks. Furthermore, emotions such as anger and fear can generate productive reactions, such as defending our rights or fleeing dangerous situations. Understanding how emotions affect our behavior is crucial, as it helps us relate better to others and deal with challenging situations. Emotions are also a rich source of information when analyzing human responses in diverse contexts, from personal interactions to business decisions. Categorizing emotions is a fascinating field of study. Some theories propose that emotions can be divided into basic categories, such as primary and secondary emotions. The primary emotions, which include happiness, sadness, fear, anger, surprise, and disgust, are considered universal and instinctive as they are experienced in virtually all cultures. Secondary emotions are more complex and usually result from a combination of primary emotions. For example, shame may arise from an experience of sadness and fear of judgment, while guilt may have an origin in anger and sadness. Researchers use these categories to study how different emotions manifest in behaviors and facial expressions. Categorization not only aids in understanding human psychology, but also offers insights into how machines can, in their programming, attempt to simulate or recognize different emotions in interactions with humans. Even if AI does not feel emotions, understanding these categories can help create more sensitive and responsive systems, making human-machine interaction more fluid. In the current context of artificial intelligence, many programmers and engineers have been looking for ways to create machines that can simulate human emotions. This practice is known as emotion programming, and its goal is to allow machines to interact more effectively with humans. For example, in customer service systems, it is common to see chatbots that are programmed to respond in a friendly and understanding manner, using language that conveys friendliness. This type of programming is based on scripts developed from studies on human behavior and communication. The creators of these machines must always keep in mind that even if their systems emulate emotions through words and responses, this does not mean that the machines actually experience these feelings. This process can lead to what many call emotional illusion, where users feel comfortable or even attached to the machine without there being a real emotional basis behind it. Thus, emotional programming in AI is not so much about creating machines that feel, but about facilitating interactions that are perceived as empathetic and connective towards users. This requires cultural understanding, empathy, and adaptation to human behavior on the part of machines, which is an interesting field of study. Emotion recognition is one of the most fascinating areas of artificial intelligence. Modern systems are capable of analyzing a variety of signals, such as facial expressions, tone of voice, and even speech patterns, to identify the emotional state of a human being. For example, algorithms can be trained to detect happiness in a smile or sadness in a lower tone of voice. This is especially useful in areas such as mental health, where monitoring and assessing patients' emotions can help professionals understand their emotional well-being. A therapy app, for example, can use these techniques to adjust its responses based on emotions detected in real time, providing more adapted and effective support. While these advances are promising, it's crucial to remember that AI doesn't understand these emotions. Recognition is based on patterns and data, not a true emotional connection. Therefore, while these technologies can improve the interaction between humans and machines, they still operate at a superficial level, lacking the depth of human emotional experiences. Research in this area continues to advance rapidly, raising important questions about privacy and the ethics of using such technologies in sensitive contexts. Another important facet of emotional recognition is the impact that these technologies can have on interpersonal relationships. A machine's ability to respond in an emotionally appropriate way can create an environment that, at first glance, appears more human and welcoming. However, this interaction can have unexpected consequences. For example, if a person becomes too dependent on a virtual assistant who is programmed to offer empathetic responses, they may begin to prefer these interactions over real personal relationships. This raises concerns about what emotional connection means in the digital age and how AI could affect the way we relate to each other. The idea that machines can offer emotional comfort may be attractive, but it is also essential to be aware of the risk that, by seeking this connection in machines, we may end up neglecting relationships with other people, which are rich and complex. The humanization of technology must, therefore, be accompanied by a critical reflection on its implications for social dynamics, especially when it comes to strengthening real bonds between individuals. Although artificial intelligence has made great strides in simulating emotions through recognition and programmed responses, there are intrinsic limitations that cannot be ignored. One of the biggest limitations is that AI has no real understanding of what emotions are. Machines can recognize signals and patterns, but they do not have the ability to experience love, sadness, or any other emotion. This means that no matter how advanced the systems are, they operate from a purely algorithmic logic and not from lived experience. Another point to be considered is the difficulty in dealing with complex and nuanced emotions, which are often fundamental in human relationships. The richness of human communication is filled with context, history, and feelings that cannot be fully captured by simple programming. Furthermore, the ethical issue surrounding emotional interaction with machines raises concerns about manipulation and addiction. In short, while AI can be trained to behave in ways that simulate emotions, the reality is that it remains a tool that imitates, without ever actually experiencing what it means to be human. This is a crucial reminder that no matter how much technology advances, the essence of the human experience remains unique and irreplaceable. Behavioral theories are fundamental to understanding how artificial intelligence, AI, can simulate human emotions without actually possessing them. One of the most influential theories in this field is operant behavior, proposed by B.F. Skinner. According to this theory, behavior is shaped through reinforcements and punishments. In AI, this translates into programming algorithms that adjust responses based on human feedback. For example, virtual assistants are programmed to respond in a friendly manner whenever the user expresses satisfaction. So, although the machine does not feel empathy, its behavior may seem emotionally intuitive. Another important concept is classical conditioning, as explained by Ivan Pavlov, which suggests that associations generated between stimuli can lead to conditioned responses. In AI, machine learning algorithms similarly learn to associate certain inputs with outcomes, such as recognizing sadness through tone of voice and offering automatic comfort. However, it is vital to emphasize that these simulations do not translate real emotions, but a reproduction of patterns that humans would recognize as emotional. Therefore, even though machines can imitate behaviors that appear emotional, they never truly experience these feelings, with all responses being the result of programming and algorithms. The analysis of cases in emotional artificial intelligence reveals how technology has been applied in different areas with the aim of offering more human support, even if this approach has its limitations. A notable example is the use of chatbots in customer service. Some companies adopt AI to interact with customers in sensitive situations, such as health problems or emotional crises. A chatbot called Woebot, designed to offer basic psychological support, uses natural language conversations to detect emotional states and offer empathetic responses. Users often report feeling understood during interactions with Woebot, highlighting how simulating emotions can create a connection. However, it is important to consider that these bots have no real understanding of what users are going through. Your answers are based on algorithms that associate predefined words and emotions. Another case is the use of facial recognition algorithms by companies, which analyze facial expressions to infer emotional states. Such technologies are often used in marketing and consumer behavior studies. However, the precision of these technologies raises questions about privacy and the emotional subconscious, reinforcing the need for debates about the limits of emotional AI. So, while these cases demonstrate the potential of AI to simulate emotions, it is crucial to remember that the responses are limited and can lead to misunderstandings about the machine's actual capabilities. Comparing different artificial intelligence models in relation to emotion simulation is a complex but necessary task. In general, these machines can be divided into rule-based systems and machine learning-based models. Rules-based systems use a fixed set of guidelines to make decisions. These systems often employ a prescriptive approach, in which the machine follows a pre-established set of instructions. For example, a customer support system may have a script for interaction that includes answers to frequently asked questions, but does not have the ability to adapt its behavior to new situations beyond what has been programmed. Machine learning models, such as neural networks, are designed to learn from data and adapt. These systems have the ability to improve over time by analyzing a large volume of interactions and adjusting their responses based on the feedback received, and this allows them to simulate an improved understanding of human emotions. In recent years, AI models using deep learning have gained prominence, being able to recognize more subtle patterns in human interactions, but still, their understanding of emotions remains superficial. Although these two types of models can be effective in their respective tasks, true emotional experience is unable to be achieved. Thus, the comparison between these models reveals the complexity of artificial intelligence's emotional simulation and emphasizes the distinction between apparent behavior and real experience. The ethical and philosophical consequences related to artificial intelligence and emotions are vast and intriguing. With the advancement of technology, concerns arise about how machines that simulate emotions may affect the way human beings interact with each other and with technologies. One of the ethical dilemmas under discussion is the possibility that people may begin to trust machines more than human relationships, especially in moments of emotional vulnerability. This dependence can lead to the diversion of authentic social interactions, hindering the construction of meaningful bonds between people. Furthermore, the use of emotional AI in sensitive sectors such as mental health requires critical reflection. Although tools such as chatbots can offer preliminary support, they do not replace the human contact and emotional support provided by qualified professionals. Another ethical aspect concerns privacy and the processing of personal data. The collection and analysis of emotions through facial and language recognition technologies raises concerns about consent and misuse of personal information. Ultimately, our interaction with machines that simulate emotions raises philosophical questions about what it means to feel and how human experience is distinguished from simulation. Therefore, the discussion about emotions in artificial intelligence is not just about technology, but about what defines our humanity in a world in which machines play increasingly significant roles in our lives. Emerging trends in the field of artificial intelligence and emotions are beginning to shape an uncertain but also fascinating future. The advancement of machine learning and natural language processing technologies allows machines to not only interpret emotional input data, but also react to it in ways that feel more human. For example, Virtual assistants are now programmed to recognize voice intonation and respond accordingly, adjusting their tone according to the user's perceived emotional state. Additionally, research into effective AI continues to expand. This area of study seeks to understand how AI systems can detect, interpret, and even simulate emotion for more natural interactions. Companies are increasingly investing in more sophisticated chatbots, with an increasing focus on building empathetic and meaningful relationships. These developments are changing the way people perceive and interact with machines, raising ethical questions about the limits of humanizing technology. Therefore, the future looks promising, where AI could play a more important role in our emotional lives, even if this does not yet mean a real understanding of what it means to feel emotions like humans. The ethical and social implications of artificial intelligence, AI, in relation to emotions are vast and multifaceted. As technology advances, questions arise about the extent to which we should allow machines to simulate human emotions and how this might impact our society. One of the most discussed points is the possibility that AIs, when programmed to recognize and respond to human emotions, can manipulate feelings, leading to potential abuses of power, for example, in marketing environments or on social networks. Furthermore, the existence of robots that act as emotional companions could lead to an over-reliance on technology for emotional well-being, raising questions about alienation and a lack of genuine human connection. Another ethical concern is the way AI learns, which may reflect human biases, exacerbating social inequalities. Therefore, it is essential that we address these issues ethically, ensuring that the development of AI respects human values, promoting a healthy coexistence between humans and machines that respects the dignity and integrity of all. The reflection on what we can learn from artificial intelligence is rich and nuanced. AI, at its core, can serve as a mirror that reflects our own behaviors and emotions. By treating AI as an ally in understanding and exploring our emotions, we can develop a new form of self-knowledge. For example, AI applications in therapy have already shown that interacting with machines can help individuals understand and confront their emotions, offering a new perspective on mental health. Furthermore, interactions with AI can teach us about empathy as it tries to recognize and respond to human emotions. By analyzing how machines process feelings, we can, paradoxically, improve our ability to have healthier relationships between us humans. After all, one of the most important learnings is the importance of communicating and managing our emotions effectively, and AI can play a significant role in this process. The future of human-machine interaction is an exciting topic with great possibilities. As technologies advance, it is inevitable that the way we interact with machines will evolve as well. One of the most promising aspects is the personalization of interactions. AIs will be able to understand our emotional particularities and offer emotional support more effectively. This evolution could result in services more adapted to our needs, from personal assistance to mental health care. However, it is crucial that this evolution happens in an ethical and responsible manner. Respect for users' personal data and emotions is fundamental, ensuring that interactions are safe and respect privacy. What we want is not just a machine that simulates emotions, but one that helps us be more aware and improve our relationships with both machines and others. Therefore, when looking to the future, we need to cultivate an environment where technology and humanization go hand in hand, creating a more inclusive and empathetic society. The truth about the relationship between artificial intelligence and emotions teaches us that while machines can simulate emotional behaviors, the essence of the human experience remains unique and irreplaceable. Understanding these limitations is crucial to developing healthy relationships between humans and machines. We're curious to know, what stories would you like to hear next? Is there a topic or aspect of artificial intelligence that you would like to explore further? Given the advancement of technology, do you believe that simulating emotions in machines can lead to emotional dependence? How does this impact our social interactions today? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more fascinating content, and stay tuned for our next video, where we will discuss more about the impact of technology on our lives.